Hey guys, welcome to episode number 9 of this mini-series, and again apologies if it's a bit shaky because I don't have my camera stand downstairs, but I'm trying to stay downstairs where there's a little bit more wind to keep cooler, and I've got the fans in here as well, so if you can hear that then I'm sorry. In today's little mini episode I want to talk to you about what a sort of typical day looks like for somebody that is working in practice. So typical day, obviously most people work in an office, but you might be working from home without practice. And a typical day might be anything from inputting invoices onto a system, so purchase invoices, analysing them into the right place on the system, so if they relate to rents, then putting them into the rent nominal and then putting the other side to creditors, for example. They might be using the likes of software such as Sage. They might be using Xero, QuickBooks, or even FreeAgent, which is another piece of accounting software. So definitely check out the playlist that I've got on the different software providers, as that might help you with your research and studies as well. They may be doing things like that. Equally, they may be reconciling the bank, so getting the client's bank statements, having a look at the closing balance, checking the closing balance on their system, and then reconciling the differences. And the way that we reconcile differences is we look at what's on the system versus what's on the bank statement. And there's numerous different differences that you might be able to find, such as somebody accidentally not putting a payment onto the system, someone putting a payment on twice, somebody not recording a receipt or writing the wrong amount on the system, for example. So there's all types of manual errors that you can find, or timing differences as well that might cause a difference between what the bank statement shows and then what actually shows into the system. So equally, they might look at things like fixed assets, so have a look at what's on the asset register and then calculate the depreciation on those assets and work out the net book value of those assets for reporting purposes. Or another thing they might be doing is the likes of calculating payroll. So if you're somebody who works in a payroll department, then you're going to be having a look at timesheets and having a look at when individuals have been on holiday, when they've taken sick leave, etc., and then calculating exactly how much pay they are due in that particular month or week, for example. And we also record that information on an accounting system, so if you're somebody who isn't actually calculating that, say you have a piece of software that does that for you, or a separate payroll department, then when accountants actually step into this is when they receive the reports and have to enter those journal entries onto a system or import that information onto the accounting system. So that's where the likes of payroll journal entries come into effect, and that's why we learn about them in the likes of the AAT and ICB, ATT, etc. So I hope that gives you a little bit of a flavour of what it's sort of like working in practice and the sort of things that you might see specifically in an entry-level role. And yeah, if you like the video, give it a thumbs up, consider subscribing as always, and let me know what else you want me to cover on this channel and I could do so. And yeah, otherwise, take care.